Hi, welcome back to my channel. I haven't done an Instapot recipe in a very long time, so I'm really excited to share this recipe today. It's actually a Kitchari recipe, and if you don't know what Kitchari is, it's an Ayurvedic recipe, so it dates back all the way about 3,000, maybe even 5,000 years ago. It's from India, and if you don't know about Ayurvedic eating, I will be sharing more recipes surrounding that philosophy. There's a lot that goes into that philosophy. This is little Miss Delilah. Which she's grown probably since the last time you guys saw her. Anywho, so yeah, it's a way of eating, and there's certain body types that are in Ayurveda, so you're supposed to kind of eat within your body type, or eat, if there's an imbalance in your body, then you eat for that imbalance. So there's a Ayurvedic cleanse called Kitchari, and it's a 3-day detox. It could be 5 days, 7 days, but 3 days is minimum, and you basically eat the same thing every single day. But it's a tasty meal. I really like it. It's made with mung dal beans and basmati rice with a bunch of vegetables, simmered in some vegetable broth, and to me it's just really delicious. This is my second day on it, so I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make it in my Instapot, so stay tuned. So I'm back, and I'm going to show you the recipes that we use for Kitchari. So basically, it's these yellow mung dal beans, which you can get from Banyan Botanical. I ordered them on Amazon. I can put the link below to them. Then you can get basmati rice, which I get a big bag from Costco, and I fill this sucker up. So as you can see, I used a lot of it already. So just get basmati rice. I like the taste of basmati rice, but if that's not local to you, or you just can't find it, you can use long grain or jasmine rice. But I prefer to have basmati. So the vegetables are going to be some fennel. So I used this other half the other day when I made my first batch. And then I used half of this bag of celery. So I want to say there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 stalks of celery, along with half of a fennel bulb. Then you have, I won't use this whole onion, so I'll probably use half of this onion. I'm going to chop up some ginger and put maybe about this much in it, so maybe like a little thumb size of ginger. And then you can get some carrots. I have these rainbow carrots that I bought, so I'm just going to chop them into little smaller pieces. And then so what I do is you basically cook all that together, and then afterwards I like to top my Kitchari with some sprouted radishes and some sprouted clovers, and then also some fresh cilantro. So the reason why you want to have these ingredients in these vegetables is because this is supposed to be really, how can I say, easy for you to digest, because all of these vegetables are easily digestible. They're also really good for liver detoxing, kidney, spleen, so all the digestive tract and all the digestive organs, they're really good at cleaning them out. And so the point of eating this mono diet every 3 days or 5 days or however many days that you choose is so that you give your digestive tract a break. And so you can kind of just reboot everything all over again. So what I did is I soaked about this much of this bag. I don't know how much this is, so let's see. There's a 1/2, so I would say about maybe 2 cups of this, and then probably about 2 cups of rice. And what I did is I soaked it in my Instapot, like a stainless steel holder, and then I topped it with some water. I put a big splash of apple cider vinegar, and why I did that is so that it can help break up the phytates that are inside the rice, and that are inside, or on top of, actually they're not inside, on top of the mung bean. So that way your body can digest it down a little bit better, and it can break down those whole grains or those legumes, because sometimes legumes are hard to digest on your body. So if you do this, it basically helps break them up, and so it's easier for your digestive tract to break down. You'll get less gas. And somebody asked me if they can just skip the mung beans or whatever, and pretty much no, you can't, because I guess the rice has a certain amount of amino acids, and as well as the mung beans have certain amino acids, so together they create a complete protein file for this certain amino acid that we need for this type of cleanse. So I would suggest trying to stick to mung bean if you can, and this rice. And then obviously you can mix up any vegetables that you want. You don't have to use these vegetables. You can use broccoli, zucchini, you can use cauliflower rice, or even just whole cauliflower. You can play around with the vegetables, even sweet potato, but I wanted to keep this a little bit on the lower carb end, so I just added as much veggies. I can probably even put in some kale in here if I wanted to, or spinach. And then the spices that I'm using are garlic salt, obviously. This is fennel. I have some mustard seed that I bought and I ground it. And then I have to go in here and grab the rest my spices because I forgot to take them out. So as you can see, I have a big spice rack-ish kind of thing in my cabinet back there. So these are all the spices. So basically I have cardamom, I have, this is fennel, and then I have cumin. This is garlic powder, and then coriander, turmeric, and salt and pepper. So I'm gonna go ahead and season all that up. So what I'm gonna first do is drain and wash this out, rinse it out, clean out any starches or whatever that needs to be cleaned from it. So I'll rinse it under the sink, I'll drain it, and then I'll take everything out of here, probably put it in another pot, and then I'll start sauteing all my chopped vegetables and all that stuff inside the Instapot. So I'll show you what that looks like. So stay tuned. So here is my murky water. So I'm just gonna rinse this out in my handy dandy sink over there, and I'll be right back. So here are the veggies that I chopped. This is all of the carrots, this is the celery, the onions, the fennel, and then obviously my cilantro that I'll chop up a little bit later, and then my little cube of ginger. The reason why I didn't chop this up into little pieces is because when I throw it in the Instapot, it's just basically going to disintegrate, so there's really no point. So let me go ahead and break out my Instapot. So here is the ghee that I'm using to brown my veggies. So I'm just adding in the fennel and the onion, and then I'm going to continue to add more veggies, kind of toss them in, and then I'm just going to stir them around in this Instapot. So it's on the saute function right now. So I'm just sauteing everything. Once I get all this sauteed, then I'll start adding in my spices. Actually, I'll add my spices as it's sauteing, because if you brown the spices along with your vegetables, you can actually get more flavor out of them because they're kind of toasted. So I'll go ahead and start seasoning everything right now. So here we have everything all browning. I added all my spices in. It smells really tasty. So one of the reasons why we have these warming spices in here is, like I said, these spices also help warm up the digestive tract. The turmeric, obviously everybody knows about it now, so it's anti-inflammatory. And the cardamom and the cumin are really good for the stomach. It'll help you break down these vegetables. So there is a rhyme and a reason to all the stuff that they put in this recipe, and I think it does taste really tasty. It's perfect right now. It's currently winter, so it's actually not too bad to have this as your meals throughout the day, because I don't mind it because it's kind of cold outside. So to me, it actually tastes really good right now. I don't know if I would want to do this in the summer, but for right now, this is it's pretty good. So anywho, I'm going to continue browning this, and then if anything gets like sticky, you can just go ahead and add like a splash of water and then just kind of scrape it, because sometimes stuff will start sticking to the pan. So as far as spices, I don't really measure. I'm going to do the best I can in my blog description that I'll probably leave below, so that you can go and you can, it'll be linked here so you can go check it out. And I'll do the best that I can to display like how much I use for measuring. But pretty much it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And then salt and pepper, you know, same old normal stuff. So I'm going to continue browning this, and then as soon as it's done browning and I like it, then I'm going to go ahead and start to add the mung bean and the broth in. So here I added some more spices. I added the mung bean and also the basmati rice. So I like to, when I cook things, layer the way that I spice things. So first I'll season my vegetables, and then I'll go ahead and season the last part of it, like the last part of the recipe, whatever the last ingredients are. So what I'm going to do is just kind of now mix this all in. Sorry, my lens is getting steamy over here. So this is my second day, and it hasn't been too bad, like I said. I already had breakfast, and yesterday I had, you know, obviously lunch and dinner, and breakfast as well. I've been just drinking tea in the mornings, and water. I do still have my sparkling water, so that's still like kind of a must. But other than that, I feel fine. I'm a yoga instructor, and so I do feel like this is not interfering with my teaching or my regular workouts. I also do spin just for my regular workout routine. I go to the gym, and so far I've been able to have enough energy. I did feel a little tired this morning, a little more fatigued than normal, but again, it wasn't anything that I couldn't shake off. And so, you know, that could just be from my normal mom day-to-day life. So anyway, this is all done, and what I'm going to do is add some vegetable broth now. So here is the broth that I'm using, handy dandy vegetable broth. Just going to pour this in. I'm assuming this will probably take about 2 cartons. I'll let you know as soon as I'm done pouring this one. So yeah, I'm thinking it'll be about 2 cartons. So let me just go ahead, grab the other one. So here I'll probably fill to the 10-cup mark. So that way this Instapot stuff has enough to expand. And once I'm done doing this, I will put my lid on. And this bad boy will be ready to cook. Super easy, super simple, just like all my other Instapot recipes. So I'm gonna put this lid on and then I'll show you how I'm gonna program it. So stay tuned. All right, lid is on. Make sure this little valve back here is turned back. Oh wait, let me double check. Yeah, turned back. And right now it's still on the saute function, so I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put, so this is the leftover mung bean that I have, probably about maybe 2 to 3 cups worth. So with the rest of this chicken broth, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to cook this. So another way just to kind of mix up things is you can, you know, obviously add your chicken broth, your mung bean, but you can change up your spices. So if you want to make this more of a morning type of less savory, more sweet or sweeter, then you can add cinnamon to this. So you can add cinnamon or pumpkin spice, some nutmeg, and then continue to cook it in this vegetable broth. Obviously you want to add some salt and some pepper just to kind of balance out the flavors of the cinnamon or the pumpkin spice that you're going to be using. So that's one way that I actually made it like that the other day. So yesterday I ate, actually even this morning, I made one batch that was just kind of a sweet / savory type of dish. And then I ate for dinner and lunch, I ate what I just showed you. So that type of recipe. You can also warm this up, like when you reheat it in the morning, you can add some coconut milk. Make sure that it's though from the can, the coconut milk that's from the can. That's one way that you can do. You can even add sliced apples if you wanted. You can make a little bit of throw in some honey, but I try to keep it as low sugar as I possibly can. So I did not use any fruit, but no judgment if that's what you need to get through, just to get through these next 3 days. You can add, I would suggest either some sweet potato, or you can get some chopped up green apples, and then you know, still can't handle that, then maybe put in a little bit of honey in it, so like raw honey. Another thing for topping, after you, if this is going back to our savory side, is you can add some roasted garlic tahini on top. Like I said, along with chopped cilantro and then the green sprouts. It actually tastes really, really yummy. So you can have a lot of fun with this. You can play around with different toppings. You can maybe add some seeds on top, like some pumpkin seeds, some maybe what is that called? Sunflower seeds, some other kind of nuts, because it is okay to have nuts on this diet just for the fat factor in it. But like I said, I've been trying to just kind of stick to this. I'm a little like anal about sticking to things. So I just I did have a handful of like raw nuts today, because I was out and about and I was at Sprouts and I was hungry. So I was like, I'm just gonna get some nuts here. So other than that though, I came home and I tried this on top of it. It was really good. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like basically all done. And so when this is all done, I'll show you how it looks, and then I'll show you how it looks on a plate. So that way you can, hopefully I inspired you to make this and try this 3-day cleanse. It's actually not that bad at all. So I'm pretty happy with this Ayurvedic cleanse. I look forward to sharing more Ayurvedic recipes